VCR Party Life. VCR Party Life. At the end of the 20th century, a scientist saw a killer comet on its way. He filmed instructions for its destruction over a second-hand VHS tape, but then was hit by a Winnebago. So his assistants Nick and Joe must search every corner of his drone for the cassette that is our only home. But in the meantime, they'll play the greatest hits they found. VCR Party Life. VCR Party Life. Melinda's.
Well, hello, Melinda's. Welcome to the VCR Party, and this is the show where we watch all of our 11,000 VHS tapes with you. Joe, you're not in our office, though, this week. You are in a familiar basement.
Back in Jakester's basement, back in Wisconsin, doing a week with the family. We got a little cabin, and so it should be good. And I'm delirious right now because I've just been on an airplane ride all day today and early morning, and I'm just like, I don't even know where I am anymore. This will be interesting.
This will be an interesting show. With us is George, the VHS creep, and Sellout Steve. There's Steve. And we always like to start with the Found Footage Festival Classic.
You caught me with my pants down, but no one sells carpet or waterbeds for less.
Yeah, Nick, I think you're going to be doing a lot of the heavy lifting on the show today. So
yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
But we have a pre-taped interview. We had a special guest that was Theo, who was on to show us art videos about a year and a half ago, right before the pandemic.
Episode 99, he told us, and he said it was like the one right before Rem Lazar. So he's one of our last guests in the office,
right
before the world exploded. So yeah.
And but he had some. Stay tuned, because in addition to weirdo art videos, he has one video that is art, but also I'm still thinking about, and it's one of the greatest videos we've ever shown on VCR.
It sticks with you. It definitely sticks with you.
Yes. But let's get into this classic. I have been thinking a lot about Bob Odenkirk because over the last few days, we found out that he collapsed on the set of Better Call Saul. Everybody was worried. He was rushed to the hospital. Had a heart attack.
Did they ever say what was it? A heart attack?
Heart
Is that what
attack,
it was?
yeah.
Okay. I knew it was heart related, but an actual heart attack.
Yeah,
Holy
an
shit.
actual heart attack. But according to his brother and other folks who know him, he's recovering. He's doing fine. He was in the best shape of his life from having shot that Nobody movie.
You know what? That makes me wonder. Like why do anything? Why exercise? Why be a vegan? Like he's in fantastic shape. He had a heart attack. Why be a vegan, Nick?
It's hereditary. I think you can make some inroads to non-hereditary heart disease and things like that.
What I'm saying is give up. I'm saying
okay.
Give up. That's my message to everybody. Just give up.
That is a good message. But this outpouring, the cool part was like he's alive, he's recovering, but this outpouring of people being like he's the nicest guy in show business, and that was our experience with Bob too. We had a very brief encounter. We didn't know him at all, but we asked him to be in a bit because we worked with his wife briefly, and he was
when we were doing the Kenny Strasser thing after the yo-yo expert thing, Mark and I batted around ideas with him one day. So we got to actually work in his office and bat around ideas. And then, so I kind of got to know him that way, and then asked him to do that bit. And then he said, yes. So
yeah,
cool
so we went to his office in LA and we just shot this very quick bit with him, but he was so funny in it. We just told him the premise but before we get into that, we'll give you what the setup to the bit was, which is a bunch of videos of boring seminars. Yep. That's something we used to play on our show. Boring seminars for people, and the idea was, I guess, mainly that we were showing the reaction shots were always funny. So here's seminars, and then we'll show you Bob's bit.
There was a time when I wanted to be a comedian, believe it or not. I've got a much higher calling than that, but sometimes I'll watch Comedy Club or something on, when I'm on the road, or HBO or something where there's a lot, isn't there a whole comedy channel now?
Starts this montage off strong.
Oh yeah, yep. We'll start off with it's like right out of the gates.
Urination and defecation, enemas, one man giving enemas to another, bestiality in great quantities.
And he has a problem a lot of young little boys have. He is invincible, no fear. He has no fear. He thinks he's some kind of hedgehog or Super Mario, you know.
Fish hooks through the genitalia and mouse traps on the body and things of that nature, or where one man may have his entire arm in the body of another man.
The world thinks laugh, 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 ha,
Which is
ha,
very
ha, ha,
impressive.
party, party, party. The Bible actually says in Ecclesiastes, it's better to go to a funeral than to a party. Ecclesiastes 5.
The Bible seems just kind of wrong there. Then that's
Yeah,
just,
no.
it's not better to go to a funeral than a party. But all right. By the way, the other guy who's talking about fish hooks is James Dobson, the focus of the family, focus on the family, that evil organization.
There were 46 films and videos depicting sex between women and donkeys, horses, bulls, pigs, etc., etc., etc.
Yada yada yada.
I love horses. Got 20 brood mares and a stud and a couple of geldings.
I knew a girl named Nikki. I guess you could say she was a sex fiend. I met her in a hotel lobby, masturbating with a magazine. You know about Prince? You know that he parades back and forth on the stage when he's giving a live concert and masturbates the neck of his guitar and ejaculate flies out of the end of it?
That lady was sickened.
She does not like it. She does
Sickened.
not like it. She does not like it when he hits the masturbating button or the ejaculation button on the guitar. Then, like, the ejaculate shoots out of the guitar at the end. It's a great showstopper.
Yeah, that was Prince's big finale. At the second encore, he'd come out and he'd parade around. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Ejaculate.
And everybody like, yay, Prince. But so here's the thing, and this is what we would say in live shows, is that reacting at a seminar is not as easy as it looks. Those people could very easily look disgusted or impressed or whatever, but it's hard. So if you are going to a seminar, we've enlisted an expert reactor in this video called How to React, a Practical Guide for Seminar Audience Members. Helping us out is Bob Odenkirk, expert reactor. This is the affirmative. It's your basic, you agree with what the speaker's saying and you want to let people know. And then this is shock. Fish hooks through the genitals. This is how you react. Paint jump. This is where you think somebody said something funny, but that turns out no, it was deadly serious. And this one's especially difficult. The gape mouth redhead.
Nobody gapes them out better than Bob.
Nope. And that's Bob with the How to React Practical Guide for Seminar Audience Members. So the best in the business, and what a good guy.
Get well soon, Bob. Yeah.
Full recovery. Steve, what's your background?
Today I did not really wasn't on the ball this week, so I'm just throwing up Steve's.
Because I'm doing the heavy lifting for all of us. All right.
So just a reminder,
can we just log off? And
I'll turn your cameras off. I'll take it from here.
Thank you.
So but we are getting pretty thin. So a reminder, Sellout Steve, if you want to get this background behind me, please info@foundfootagefest.com or send it straight to me, Steve at foundfootagefest.
It supports everything we do. And you had an experience with Bob Odenkirk too, and he's always been like, the nicest guy in Hollywood, but you had a slightly different interaction, right?
I did.
And by the way, let me say, like, whenever I'm introducing Steve to a new person, I always say, Steve, will you tell them the Bob story? Because it's one of my favorite stories of all time, and it never disappoints.
I think you told this on Quarantine Classics, our last summer show, but a lot of people probably haven't heard it. So tell us your quickest version of your Bob Odenkirk story.
I'll tell an abbreviated version. So basically, one night I'm out with my friends drinking. This is years and years ago, and I've had way too much to drink. And I see Bob Odenkirk having, dinner, or he's sitting and having drinks with what I assume is his girlfriend or wife. Wander over there with encouragement of someone I was with who had no idea who Bob Odenkirk was. So I'm like, I'm just going to tell him I'm a fan and get out. So I went over and I was like, "Is your name Bob?" And he looks me right in the eye and says, "No." I wander back to my friend. She's like, how did it go? I'm like, he said it wasn't him. She's like, well, are you sure it's him? I'm like, yes, I'm 100% positive. It's definitely him.
He was
I
big
wander-
timing you, basically.
Yeah. So I wander over. I see him at the bar later, and I'm now 200% certain that this is Bob Odenkirk. So then I don't even ask him this time. I just want to say, just want to let you know I'm a big fan, Bob. And I said, really snarky. So he gets the picture. I know that he's been big timing me.
And by the way, that's what we call this story is Big Fan Bob. Like we tell him the Big Fan Bob. Big fan Bob.
Just want to tell him he's a big fan.
Yeah.
And so I go back over, and there's another friend who's 2 levels of this place we're at. So I'm gonna go upstairs and tell him and that he's here and that what a jerk he is. And so I grab him, and he's like, okay, that's great that Bob Odenkirk's there. Has no interest in bothering him, unlike me, my drunken stupor. But I finally convince him to come downstairs and bring him downstairs. I go, see, I told you Bob Odenkirk's here. And he goes, Steve, that's David Cross. So I went and
So it turns out you're the asshole. Bob Odenkirk is a nice guy.
Usually.
David Cross was annoyed with you for calling him Bob.
Repeatedly,
Fan Bob.
Yeah, repeatedly.
We had David Cross on the show, like maybe like in the first 3 months of doing the show.
Episode 4.
Episode 4, yes, episode 4. And then Steve, you were there directing, we thought about telling him the story, and then now we just decided not to.
No, yeah, I went over. I actually had my photo taken with him years later at some event.
David Cross.
David Cross, and I didn't tell the story. I just send to people like you who know the story, and that's why anything that embarrasses me, it's one of Joe's favorite stories to tell.
After you took the photo with David Cross, you should have said, "Big fan, Bob. Thank you so much."
So Bob's reputation as a nice guy is intact. Steve, your reputation as kind of a dick.
No, Steve's a dick.
Yeah,
definitely.
He's a drunk.
It's also
a drunk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we get into some celebrity bullshit?
Yes, let's do it. Okay, this is the game we play where we show you a celebrity in a video and you guys try to guess who's in it, and you can play along with us at home. This is Common Sense Parenting for the 90s, and this is starring TV's somebody. And what I'm going to say is you don't have to know who this person is. I'm going to tell you she's a TV mom, and you just tell me what the show is. The mom from Family Ties, Meredith Baxter Burney.
Okay.
Joanna Kearns.
From Growing Pains, all right?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Felicia Rashad.
Interesting. Okay, so Common Sense Parenting for the 90s.
All 3 good guesses. These are
all 3
good.
excellent guesses based on the clues. So let's see who's right.
Baby needs new Meredith Baxter Burney's.
Remember when your child was a toddler? How easy
the Wonder
and
Years
natural your role
mom.
as a parent
Allie? What's her name? Something
Now that
Allie?
your child's older, does parenting seem suddenly a
Allie
little more
Mills.
complicated and unpredictable? Let's
She's
start
a
by
top
looking
3
at the role
TV
you
mom for me. She's
Yeah,
a top 3 TV mom for me. I loved. She was just one of the best TV moms of all time.
Yep, I agree.
predictable. Let's start by looking at the role you play in developing your child's all-important.
She's sitting on top of a mountain or
self-esteem.
something.
Yeah, she's in the clouds. I included some of the reenactments here of how to be a good parent,
good.
and yeah.
Self-esteem.
And say you.
How easy and natural your role as a parent seemed? Now that your child's older, does parenting seem suddenly a little more complicated and unpredictable? Let's start by looking at the role you play in developing your child's all-important self-esteem.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Dad.
It's nice to see you home on time again. I really appreciate that.
Thanks, but it's really no big deal.
Well, it really is a big deal. Punctuality, responsibility.
I say
doing
it's not
what
a
you
big
say
deal.
You're going to do. These things are very important.
I
Not
say
only
it
now,
is.
but for the rest of your life.
When friends or neighbors come to the house and they knock on the door and say you answer the door, I'd like you to greet them by shaking their hand and inviting them in.
But I feel dumb shaking hands with grown-ups.
I tell you what, let's try a quick practice, and then you can get back to your comic book, okay?
All right.
Okay, let's say that Mr.
Making his son
Stevenson
practice
knocks on the door,
meeting
and your
Mr.
mother and I are in
Stevenson.
another room.
This is
You might
bad
say
touch.
something like, "Hi, Paul. How are you? Is your dad home?"
I'd probably say hi and go get you.
Well, that's not quite what I mean, Paul. limp handshake and
Paul on
words to
this
match, well, they just don't seem sincere.
I know smoking's not good
Let the
for you,
kid be a
Mom.
slacker.
Yeah, why does he have to go greet Mr. Stevenson at the door and say, "Here's nice to meet you" with a firm handshake? And
Exactly. No.
not the kid's responsibility. Answer your own goddamn door.
Here.
I know smoking's not good for you, Mom. I just want to try it.
Look what I took from the refrigerator before I left. I've got 2 more in my bag.
I don't think
Margarine.
An encore frozen lasagna.
A Viennetta frozen cake.
Bag.
Joe, this is you to all our friends who are recovering alcoholics.
Oh yeah. Yeah. There's Justin.
I've got
there's,
2 more in my bag.
I don't think I want any.
Come on, Cheryl. Don't be a dork.
Come on, Justin.
It'll give you the
ideas
courage
have
to
worked
talk to
at
Bob
Boy-
Odenkirk.
Dork.
These ideas have worked at Boys Town for many, many boys and girls.
It worked with Wayne. It
Give them
worked
a
with
try.
Kevin.
They can work for you too.
Less so with Wayne. There's Allie Mills. And that's how you play celebrity bullshit. And that's with Allie Mills of TV's The Wonder Years. So good guesses. Everybody was very close, actually. Right eras and everything.
She's the best TV mom. I'm just gonna I just love her so much.
Yeah. Flying windows, we got time?
Sure. Let's do it.
Real quick one, showcasing some beautiful flying windows. This is from Reese in Australia. It's called Seated Massage. And
Although seated massage has its basis in
they call it
Quina,
massage.
Unmore,
Oh.
Amma,
Look at
Look at that.
Shiatsu,
Oh,
and
those
of
are
course
cool.
Swedish
they're raw
massage.
dogs too, by the
There's a
way.
The
specific
raw dog
15-minute
stairs.
routine which combines the
Walking
best
up the
of these
stairs there.
styles.
Yeah, they're all diagonal, all
It
the
is a
same
combination of
size.
techniques
Lots of
from
skin.
several modalities,
Pretty
not just a
hypnotic.
shortened massage, making the
Okay.
benefits to the client as
It is
profound
hypnotic 'cause
as
it's
a
all in the
full-body
same-
massage.
Yeah.
Oh, there was the last one.
It looks like something you'd have to run up in a Nintendo.
Making the
Oh, in a Nintendo game, you'd have to like a
Oh, yeah,
platformer.
from
Yeah.
several modalities.
Like
not
Mario
just
would
a
have to
shortened
jump on each one of
massage.
It's a
those.
bonus
Yeah.
round. So
Doesn't
thanks,
seem like-
Reese.
Didn't it seem like seated massage should have been capitalized?
You know, I wasn't even paying attention. I was
Oh, really?
hypnotized by those flying windows.
Can you
Those-
bring it back up?
Those raw dog flying windows. No, I can't. We're running short on time. But let's talk about our guest today.
I
Joe,
was
tell us-
secretly hoping that you wouldn't bring it back
Yeah,
up.
I
'cause
know.
I was like, we don't need to talk about that. Yes, we got Theo. He's our art correspondent, I guess we're calling him.
Yeah.
And it's been over a year since he came in, and he said that over the pandemic he's been collecting way more art, and he brought us some art, but then he also brought us some other stuff because he's also a video collector of other nice things.
He
So
called it junk or trash, I think. So we run the gamut here with Theo.
Come on, let's see your raviolis. Show us 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 your raviolis.
Welcome back, Theo.
Yes.
Thank you. It's hello, Melinda's. Hello, Nick and Joe. It's good to be back.
Yes, our resident art expert or art correspondent. Like, what are you? You want to go with that? Do we have a
Yeah,
a title for you?
I like art correspondent.
Okay, yeah. And that sounds smart. That sounds like you're a smarter thing, right?
Yeah.
And that's a cool shirt too, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's technically another hobby of mine is printed shirts. So
Yeah, oh, okay.
it
Nice,
goes, it goes well with the environment that I'm in.
Perfect. Yeah. All right. What do you got for us today? Art stuff or a little bit of both, or what's going on here?
I've got a little bit of both. I'm starting off with some art stuff, and then it's going to kind of progress more into, I guess, like one thing that's could be kind of considered both, either or both, and then at the end, it's just trash.
All right.
In a fun way. So, but the first one I have though, it's actually a art duo. They're called, and I have this on DVD. Some of these I don't have physical media, but this one I do, and it's they're called Oracle Plus. It's a pair of, I think, sisters.
All right, here it is. Oracle Plus Sample. Is that what we're calling it?
Yes. Yeah.
like for somebody to come forward and say, don't worry, here's what it is, this is the answer, sleep well.
A lot of times video art is just kind of terrifying, right? That's
that's actually a good description. Yes.
Or unsettling, maybe.
Unsettling.
Yes.
A lot of
Yeah.
the sounds are just the images and
And I'm pretty sure that this is a live performance they did in like someone's backyard.
That's cool. I like that shot.
Yeah.
These probably in general don't do justice to the the full pieces, but this is a sampler platter. You can go and explore more if you're into it.
Yes.
let me ask you, when you watch it, like, are you just like sitting down with like some popcorn, or do you just have it on the background, or do you have friends over to watch it, or how do you watch art videos?
I would say besides the popcorn part, I've done all those because I am part of like the bad movie group, and we have, we usually do movies, but then I've got some friends who collect found footage, but there is more like your kind of style found footage,
right?
And one time I hosted, and I only showed like Matthew Barney, and I showed Home Video Psychiatrist and all this other garbage.
Yeah.
A lot of like weird artsy stuff. So you can. A lot of the times though too, like a lot of the stuff that I have on DVD, it used to be shown in like galleries, because that's usually where a lot of these things are shown, is in galleries. Like if you're at like the MoMA or something, you'll go into a dark room and there's benches and you can sit there and stare at that for like an hour. So I think that's generally the way you usually watch them.
All right, what's up next?
So next is one I don't have on DVD because no one has it on DVD because it was never released publicly, but I do have a copy.
Nice.
It's one of the more well-known video artists. His name is Ryan Trecarton, and I don't know how to describe him. He's a contemporary to like Tim and Eric, and I just want to say too that the clip I'm about to show you, I purposely did not edit it in any way. Like it's how I'm showing it, how it was edited.
Fresh off the frickin' boat. Hey, buddy, can you say buddy?
He can't talk yet. When do I get to kill you? What happened to Oliver?
Yeah. Whatever. Daisy, does your mom have video cameras in the store yet?
Do you know are one of those people? Are they the artist, or are these all actors?
The red person is Ryan Trecarton.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm a big guy. I can kill them all.
Let's steal these beads, girls. We got a career to start.
The Bead Store, where culture is a way of life. The Bead Store, where culture is a way of life.
I need everything in this freaking store. Seriously, the whole world is right here in little beads. This is amazing. This is from Guatemala.
My mom travels the world, palm reader. Look, Bert's bees.
Look, Bert's bees.
When can I be adopted?
So that's Ryan Trecarton. Yeah.
Wow.
It took me a second. It took me a second to really fully start appreciating that one.
Okay.
Man,
Yeah,
that one was just batshit though. Like I thought it was gonna be like amateur, like college, but like it was way funnier than that.
No, it is an hour and 50 minutes long, the full video, the whole movie, really. And
Is it all in that bead shop?
No. There's tons of locations.
Oh, okay.
I would suggest, if you can handle it, try to watch the whole thing.
I like when the lady said, "This is from Guatemala." That part made me laugh.
That's the other fun thing too about his work is that like all of his characters speak in non sequiturs.
Oh, okay.
Like nothing they say like actually makes any sense.
It's like a Beck song. It's great.
Yes, kind of, and lots of face paint too. He loves his face paint.
What's number 3 here?
So number 3 and 4 are by the same artist, Ryan McGinnis, and I got this off this wonderful DVD I found somewhere.
The fine line between an art video and a fetish video, I think.
I don't think there is a line.
Oh yeah, that's probably true.
I haven't been tickled in so long.
Oh, it's irritating.
Remembering how terrible it is.
Yeah, I don't know if watching someone being tickled is better.
Yeah.
It's really ticklish too.
Okay, so just let you know that there's another 59 minutes of that video.
Oh,
what?
It goes on. The video is an hour long.
Of
So
just
it's-
her being tickled?
Of her being tickled, yes.
Wow.
I couldn't do it. I don't think I could do it. Like I was about to hit fast forward.
Well,
That was
at least it'll prep you for the next video.
All right.
Okay.
Chipmunk, chipmunk, kangaroo, kangaroo, chipmunk, chipmunk, kangaroo, kangaroo, chipmunk, chipmunk, kangaroo.
This should be a GIF.
I mean, it is.
Yeah, it basically is.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this is my favorite so far.
Kangaroo, chipmunk, chipmunk, kangaroo, kangaroo.
I don't want it to end.
Chipmunk, kangaroo, kangaroo.
Well, you're in luck.
Chipmunk, kangaroo, kangaroo, chipmunk,
Chipmunk, kangaroo.
Oh,
Okay.
that's my favorite.
So,
Bravo.
that video also goes on for an hour. of that shot, of that song, of those
It's
of that
just looped.
lyric. It's just those feet tapping. It's like that for an hour. And that's pretty much what this whole compilation is like. It's just repetition. There's another video where he does Power Hour, where he takes a shot of beer every minute on the minute for an hour, and he records himself doing it. And he has like a giant clock behind him, and his look, his like the feet in his face just grows and grows and grows, and it's actually in the back. But at the very end, he just vomits everything up.
He vomits everything up.
Yeah. So I figured these would be more like palpable.
Does he talk during it, or does he just sit there and take his drink? And
He just sits there and takes his drink.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea for a gimmick episode of VCR Party, actually. The Power Hour.
Kangaroo
by
the chipmunk.
like the 30th one in. Yeah. So yeah.
Chipmunk,
Oh,
kangaroo. Oh man, I want to hear that again.
yeah. I was gonna say like, if you want a real Patreon watch party, that's the one to play.
The full hour of
the full
Chipmunk
hour
and
of
Kangaroo.
Kangaroo and Chipmunk. Yeah.
All right, what's next?
We've been wanting to have fewer patrons, so maybe we should do that.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah.
No, it's probably a great way to like get rid of people after a party.
Exactly.
Just start playing that.
Yeah, party ruiners. We have some of those videos. We have a lot of those actually. Yeah.
Oh, I think I might have one in this collection.
A party ruiner? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
or,
great.
or not that I'm showing tonight, but I do have one in my collection.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Next time, bring. Yeah,
Yes.
we'll do an all party ruiner episode.
Perfect.
All right, what's next?
So the next one is this is a compilation of art from a gallery in Austria, and all I can say is the title of the piece is called "Pressure on the Balls," and once you watch it, it's actually kind of self-explanatory. Now, I will say this will be entirely up to you guys, but but this. It's not. There's no like genitalia or crotch shots or anything like that.
Shoot.
But there's a large phallic object involved.
Okay. All right. We'll take it.
So I don't
we'll
know,
take
like,
what we can get.
Yeah. Well, and if you have to, if you can't show it, then I don't know. Show like a German dubbed version of Alf or something.
No, this is Nick's episode to edit, so he can just pixelate it.
Well, if it's my episode, we're gonna get the German version of Elf. So
Yeah. Or both.
Let's watch it anyway.
I see. Oh, okay.
No,
I'm trying to interpret it.
The title is, I think, is literal.
Yeah.
Because that thing looks actually the way he's holding it looks very heavy.
It does.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it does look like. Oh, that's definitely some pressure on the balls.
I always thought we kind of had a tough time explaining to our parents and grandparents what we do for a living. But Franz here, he's got an uphill battle when it comes to explaining this at the family Christmas.
Grandma, it's called pressure on the balls.
I was in a depressing white room. I had a swim cap on.
Grandma, can I borrow your rec room? I'm gonna be in there for an hour.
This
Don't
does
come
seem this seems very Austrian to me. So that's
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That is what's funny too. Is that like that's the most like quote unquote German or Austrian clip that I or from that collection, because the rest are like pretty more, I guess, normal.
I don't know if we
And-
told this story, but we went to an arcade museum in Berlin.
Oh.
That had different, like, it's the history of the arcade and video games, and they had one artist made basically Pong game that you play with two people, and you put one hand here, and then you have the knob to control the electronic paddle for Pong. And if the ball went through your electronic paddle onto your side, you were punished in one of three ways. You either, what were they, Joe?
You got burned.
Yeah,
whipped.
heat.
Yep.
Oh.
So heat would come on, or you'd get whipped by this whip that would come out and whip your hand.
Yes.
Or you'd get electrocuted. And
Okay.
they were all extreme. And Nick
Yes.
and I, we asked if we could play it, and they made us sign a waiver before we played it.
Yes.
And I don't think that they wheeled this thing out that often, because they wheeled it out and we got to play it. And we had a group around us watching, and I've never played a video game with as high a stakes. And so you're
Yes.
trying to concentrate while you're being electrocuted and being whipped in the hand. Nick, I think we have a photo of your hand, and it's just
I'll see if I can
completely
pull it up.
swollen.
Yeah, it was swollen up for the whole day. It got gigantic. And we're like, we just did the most German thing you could do. A Berlin artist decided to punish you for playing a video game.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I was gonna say, when you're telling the story, I was like, okay, there's either gonna be like spanking involved or whipping or some other weird like sex act.
It was a parody of a German art installation, basically.
Even better. Okay.
And you know, this arcade, it was kind of quiet too, because it's a museum. So like people are playing video games, you can hear the sounds of video games. But Nick and I were literally screaming, like at the
Yes.
top of our lungs. It hurt so bad, and we
It
couldn't
really
help
hurt.
it.
Yeah.
So highly recommended. Everybody should try
Oh
it.
yeah, please.
Yeah. All right, where are we at? Number 6.
Oh boy, so
I like the title of this one.
Yes, so number 6 is interesting. I found her. I think it was like the Chicago Institute of Fine Art. I think it's an art school somewhere in Chicago, and I assume that she went there. But then I found her stuff online, and I found this video. It's Janice Inskeep with Fetus Kazoo.
My favorite Jeff Dunham character.
And I haven't done what I wanted to. I'm almost dead and I haven't done what I wanna do. I'm all gonna die and I haven't done what I wanna do. And I guess that I'm just blaming on Mom.
Guys, I think I have a new favorite, guys.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Been declared?
Yep, it's been declared.
It's understandable.
I had my dreams over and I'm going to manifest inside some unknown woman's womb. I want my mom back. I didn't get what I wanted from my mom. I didn't get what I wanted from my mom. I didn't get what I wanted from my mom.
Pace is picking up.
Oh yeah.
Let me show you my dead baby. Let me tell you about the things I've never done. I could have been a movie star, but I just didn't try. Now I'm about to die, and I have to wonder
It
why.
seems very residency to me. They have those art videos with their songs.
I don't want anyone else to waste their lives, especially unborn babies, 'cause they've got so much potential. Like
I know I'm gonna have the song stuck in my head for the rest
Oh
of the
yeah,
day.
that's what always happens with these.
Oh yeah.
That's
New
great.
favorite. New favorite.
I will say, if someone out there for some reason has a physical copy of Fetus Kazoo, please send it to me, because there's something more I would love to have.
You mean
than
the
a
actual
copy.
jar with the skeleton?
Yes,
in
the
it?
actual jar,
Yeah,
the dancing
okay.
skeleton. Yes.
Right.
I would say the only thing I was a little disappointed with that was the amount of kazoos. I didn't hear many kazoos in there at all. Plenty of fetuses.
Yes. Oh, there's there's more fetuses in the other two shorts too. I don't know about kazoos though, but definitely fetuses. At least in the other two, it's fetus like marionettes.
Well, so far, Theo, I gotta say you're knocking it out of the park.
Yeah,
Thank you.
so far so
well,
good.
I will say this is pretty much what I've been doing in the past year, is just collecting this kind of nonsense.
All right, number 7. What do we got?
So this is the second to last one. This is where we're starting to get into, like, this one is the one I would consider to be. It's not supposed to be video art, but I kind of consider it to be video art. But it can also be considered like just weird found footage garbage. I found this. I think I just literally stumbled across this on Amazon. I got it from a Goodwill in, I think, like Huntington Beach, California.
Really?
It is Power Animal Frolics.
Oh boy!
And it's it's amazing. It's as amazing as it looks, and it's developing children's bodies, minds, hearts, and talents through fun, healthy, entertaining play. And
lots of green screens.
And there's plenty of green screen. And
now, just judging by the cover, I was going to say this doesn't seem like a children's video. This seems like a for adults who are into very specific things kind of video.
Oh no, it looks like it's for furries, yes, but it's
it's actually only a kid's video.
but really it's only for, but so it's advertised like all the back says a creative synthesis of the world's most popular exercises and 6 in quotation marks for some reason of the famous Mayo Clinic's top 10 complementary medical treatments, which is Tai Chi, yoga, meditation, spirituality, guided imagery, and music therapy. Like the only thing that's in this video I think is Tai Chi, but that's just
well. Wait. They put and 6 in quotation marks.
Yeah, 6 is in quotation marks. Yes,
to indicate that it's a number. Okay, let's watch it. I can't hold off any longer.
So basically, it's to put it in short. It's supposed to be for children, but it's basically Tai Chi for furries.
Got it.
So enjoy.
What is it called again?
Power Animal Frolics, and this is a compilation of. It's like 10 videos, and this is a compilation of all of them, or some of the best parts.
Great. Oh, I want this tape.
Oh, Power Animal Frolics.
What is?
I'm gonna declare this my favorite so far.
Yeah. I really enjoy the shaky backgrounds too. Oh, that one's the worst. Oh.
This is for furries, 100%, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And now I understand why and 6 was in. Why 6 was in quotation marks. Now I get
Bend
it.
your knees a little. Relax.
What was this doing, languishing at Goodwill?
And hug yourself.
They're saying to relax, and the kids like jumping.
Yeah.
Oh, and you can see through her. It's a mess. Yeah.
Oh yeah, probably a green shirt or yeah.
Bend your knees a little. Relax.
She's not doing any of those things.
And hug yourself.
Not at all. Yeah, I like it more when you just hard cut to these.
But how did they get a real gorilla to actually do this though?
No. This is a costume. This is actually.
Oh,
a
is
costume.
it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's the music.
It sounds like the third level of like the Nintendo Kung Fu game.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They have amazing special effects too. And the backgrounds really make it too.
Oh yeah, and these are all on location. I think.
Yes, 100%. Now this one I love because of the neck. It looks like it's more like a giraffe.
Yeah,
right.
And it should be on all 4s too, right? I mean, you never see these things on their hind legs, do you?
Well, not if they're doing Tai Chi.
It depends how much they're frolicking.
Yeah.
Right. Nick, you have an erection right now, right?
I didn't know this was my thing, but here we are.
I mean, you got to start somewhere with the furry thing.
The eagle would be in the sky, so that makes sense.
Oh, he can teleport though. Oh God,
That's
oh.
horrifying.
This is the worst one of all.
This is scary. She looks scared too.
Oh,
oh!
I like to point out this music is how it was. Like I did not add the spooky music.
This is art. This is video art right here.
Yeah.
That's why I said it's right in the line. Oh,
Matthew Barney, eat your heart out.
That's
actually Matthew Barney, eat your heart out is one of his videos.
Oh God, so that's Power Animal Frolics.
Hey, I just want to share something real quick. This is I was looking up to see is this video available? Because you just found it at a Goodwill in Huntington Beach, California.
Yes.
Check it out. It's going for $60 and $70 on Amazon. So
wow,
that is.
I do want to point out though that all those. I know this is shocking, but it's a guy in a fursuit. But it's actually the same guy in all of them, and
really?
I think this is his brainchild. Because there's a video in the beginning where it's like an introduction and it's just him without the suit doing Tai Chi. And he talks about the benefits of Tai Chi and yoga and how it helps children and how it helps children with all these problems.
I bet it's the same guy who did Blueberry the Clown. I bet it is, Nick. Don't you think? It's gotta be.
It seems a lot like Mike Spala's Jingle Cats, because it's a lot of green screen stuff. And animals are involved, and it's one man's
bad shit.
It's one man's vision. Yes.
I will say I looked this guy up, or I went to the website that's on the back of this DVD, and he's still around. He's older, as in he looks like 40 years older. But I would kind of say for you guys, you should have George or somebody track this guy down and maybe have him show up at one of your shows, preferably in the fursuit. One of the first.
Absolutely.
That's an excellent idea.
Yeah.
Write that down, Nick. That's an excellent idea.
All right.
Yes. Now, do you know if that guy is he a furry?
No, he is
not.
Well, he's Timothy Stewart's Tai Chi / Qigong master, children's storybook author, and developer of health educational programs for children and adults for more than 20 years.
Okay. All right.
He's got some credentials. Okay.
Well, we talked about doing an EP mode with you at some point. Maybe that's the EP mode to watch.
I would very strongly suggest watching all of Animal
Frolics.
Or Chipmunk Giraffe. I'd also watch Chipmunk Giraffe
because this is I think it's like 8 videos or something. Each one is like 7, 8, 9 minutes long.
Perfect.
The last time I played this though for friends, I played all of them back to back.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing I think totals like 80 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
So
and people wanted more.
Yeah.
I certainly do. All right, last up.
I like what we're going out on here, just based on the title alone.
Yeah.
What are we ending with here?
So I figured, people might be sick of like me just playing pretentious video art and all that stuff. They want to they want to see a video that's like made for the people, by the people. And so I have Fart the movie. There's no better way to show examples from Fart the movie. I was like, why don't I just compile every fart from Fart the movie? So
I love it.
I present to you, at least in the 30-minute version, I present to you every fart from Fart the movie.
Yes.
You have to keep this quiet. I'm your roommate. You can tell me. Okay. Mike, I love to fart. What?
So dumb.
The mix is not.
And the fart sound effects are not that good.
They're. I'm pretty sure it's a guy with his mouth in a balloon.
Yeah.
Oh.
Almost got it.
It's. I just.
Oh,
I
no,
don't know.
No.
I don't know if it gets stupider than this. Like,
No,
it doesn't. No. I had to edit this.
That's true.
I had to go through this. I had to go through this garbage and cut out every goddamn fart. So you can't feel far sorry for yourself.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. Sympathy.
I apologize. Yes. All right. Continue.
Yeah, continue with this. Yeah.
It's basically the Idiocracy Ow My Balls show that he's watching in that. I mean,
yes,
that's what it
but
is,
if
but
it
for
was,
farting.
But if it was real.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they're doing that with their mouth.
Yeah. And maybe a whoopee cushion occasionally.
Oh, but here's the grand finale. Yeah, that lady is me editing this.
I mean, this is fart art right here.
Definite fart art, yeah. I did not include this. That's how it was.
Do you think that's the most disrespectful use of the atomic bomb testing footage that's ever?
I really hope so. I really hope there's nothing nothing any more offensive than that.
Oh man!
Wow, what a journey!
Now, two things about this garbage is one, I was actually kind of surprised by how little farting there was, and so when I watched it all the way through, I realized the sketches are more about people talking about farting. They talk more about farting than actual farting, which makes no sense, but
is it kind of like how, like in Pulp Fiction, you don't actually see what's in the suitcase? You just they just talk about the suitcase. You see the glow from or maybe that's more powerful. Is to talk about the farting. Yeah, is that what that's called? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of. I think it's more of just this lunatic had like 80 ideas for fart-themed sketch comedy or comedy sketches and decided to put them into this video. And for some reason, somebody decided to finance this.
We got to have George track the director down, or whoever's in there, and then let's have like a really serious interview with him.
No, but like whoever's responsible for this, please like bring them to light. I need to know.
So follow Video Library from Hell, and then I'm sure you'll update everybody on your upcoming new projects.
Yes,
from there.
Yes, from there. Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
Wow, I'm exhausted. It's always a challenge. It's always a challenge when our video art correspondent stops by, but I think
which is good. We all expanded our horizons.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
And our fart horizons.
Shows your raviolies. Shows your raviolies. Shows your raviolies.
Well, that was fun.
Animal Frolics. I'll probably dream about that tonight.
I mean, he emailed us the full thing, so we got to watch the full thing. Maybe we'll do it for an episode or something like that.
That would be, I think, a really good one to do. So the big news, I know we've been waiting with bated breath. People have been wondering, what is Wisconsin's official state jingle going to be? I think it's time for the big reveal.
All right.
So we have Wisconsin Dells commercial that got how much? 10%. 10% of the vote was for.
Okay, that's not going to win it.
I don't think that's going to win it.
I'm surprised it was that high, actually.
Yeah, and then but you know what got less? Brothers Maine. People don't like. Well, if you really beat the Giants, you bet the Brothers Maine.
It doesn't do anything for me. What percentage?
Wow, 2%.
Okay, 2%.
Yeah. Dr. Tammy Bailey Dentistry, 35%.
Oh, we got a winner.
Strong contender.
Got to be a winner.
Menards, 39%.
Oh,
39. So
how did
just
Tammy...
edged out. And Rocky Rococo, 14%. So, so yeah, Dr. Tammy Bailey. I think people are mainly just sick of it. I think that was why. I think just everyone's heard it a million times.
I mean, even I'm a little bit sick of it. I'll admit. Yeah, I'm Baileyed out. So,
Yeah.
but I put together just all of Menards just to celebrate. Here are all of Menards jingles.
Save big money at Menards. Save big money at Menards.
Here's your winner.
Save big money at Menards.
And then there's this one.
You save big money when you shop Menards. We're helping you build America's heartland at Menards. Warm season's greetings to you all from Menards.
Their jingle machine, they earned it. I mean, they're a big corporation, so I'm not excited to give it to them.
What are your thoughts, George and Steve? What were you disappointed? I know you're
hugely disappointed that Tammy. I was 100% in. I almost said Tammy Faye again. Tammy Bailey.
I'm going to pretend it was for the Hoedown Menard song that I love so much.
Ready now, Casement, swing them good.
Yes,
They're all
best
made
song
of
ever
natural
written.
wood.
The outtakes of the swing dancing. Well,
Yes.
if you're following along on our Patreon, you fill out your official VCR party state jingles map, now available in pocket size. So
you made it.
That out, and and that's also on the Patreon. You don't have to be a patron. Just go to patreon.com/found footage festival and get either size.
What if people don't have a computer? Could they just write you a letter and get the wallet sized from you, and then with a self-addressed return envelope, and then you would mail it back to them?
They could draw it themselves. They can draw their own little map.
No, I really think the self-addressed envelope is the way to go.
All right, I was trying to save you some time, but all right.
No,
I think that's the way that it needs to do. Yeah.
No,
So Nick, why don't you
no CODs, but yeah, otherwise I will send those out.
put up your address right now. Have your address come up on
okay.
text right now. You got
Great.
it?
Yep.
All right.
Here we go.
Well, okay. So, but our buddy Gabe, who we've had Gabe, what episode was Gabe on, George? You
Definitely
remember?
one of them.
Okay, yeah. So he's from Wisconsin. He's a writer for Colbert. He's a Melinda. He watches the show regularly, and he was watching last week's episode. And he's from Madison. I should have consulted him. I completely forgot. But he's like, "Hey, what about Jim's coins and stamps?" He's like, "You did."
Which is a jingle I know too. I've heard it before.
I know, I do too. And he's just like, "You really overlooked Jim's coins and stamps." And it's always this 15-second commercial that would play during like local news or like Simpsons reruns or something. And then I heard it. Nick, I think I don't know if this is legal, but I think I'm gonna.
You're gonna usurp?
I'm gonna usurp Menards. I'm gonna veto Menards, and I'm gonna have Jim's coins and stamps as the winner.
Not what the people want, but
well, I'm sorry. I think if the people had known that this was a contender, the people would have chosen this one. So I'm gonna play this, and this is actually good news. Like Jim's coins and stamps, they deserve it. They're in the Hilldale Mall, and take a listen.
Jim's Coins in Hilldale.
Gold is up. Buying and selling. Top prices for gold, silver, coins, jewelry, and more. Honest, professional, and locally owned for 21 years. Cash in today at
Jim's Coins in Hilldale.
Madison.
Jim's Coins.
It's like Jim and the
Hilldale.
secretary. Just kind of in a closet somewhere.
Well, let me read Gabe's. Gabe said this in his email. He said, "I wanted to make sure you are aware of this commercial for Jim's Coins in Hilldale, featuring lush dissonance and a staff picture that looks like a hostage photo." One more time. Let's listen to it.
Jim's Coins in Hilldale.
Madison.
Jim's Coins in Hilldale.
Gold.
It's so bad, but it's got to be the winner. Can we declare that the winner? So,
I already wrote Menards on my jingle, my official state jingle map.
Well, it looks like you're gonna have to run down the store and grab some whiteout. You're gonna have to run down to Staples. You're gonna have to run down to Staples and buy some whiteout.
Where's your liquid paper? Where's your liquid paper?
The message boards are exploding right now.
Yeah. I think we might need to do a new poll keeping Jim's. Tell you what, go to patreon.com/found footage festival. We're gonna have
it's between Menards and Jim's. Let's do
okay.
that.
Yes, it's just between those
Menards
two.
and Jim's.
Yes, that's fair.
And we'll put that up tonight after the show.
That's fair.
The runoff election.
Yes, it is. And then Jim's is just going to trounce.
The latecomer. We'll see how he
Nick,
does.
Don't go down to Staples and get the
liquid
whiteout.
paper or the white
Don't
paper.
get it yet.
Yeah.
Don't get
Okay.
liquid paper. Yeah.
All right. I will wait. All right. What else do we have to talk about today?
The Let's Annoy Nick sweepstakes. I don't know exactly what I'm calling this, but last week I asked Steve had the idea. This is Steve's idea he had an extra copy of Dream Crush. He's like, let's do some sort of a raffle that
Yes,
people can
so
win.
that
Nick's.
was my idea. Was like, what could we do? You took it from there to the let's annoy Nick part.
Well, I was like, hey, let's promote next game. That'd be kind of a fun thing. And you're like, oh, well, how can we irritate him? Okay. Got it.
Everybody's favorite part of the show, it's not the VHS tapes. It's when Nick gets annoyed, right? I mean, can we all agree on that? Like, that's the best part is when Nick gets annoyed. And I have a laundry list of things that annoy Nick. In fact, I made one video of a thing that I can't believe I haven't brought this up in the show before, but this is one thing that Nick cannot stand.
What are you
And
trying
I've
to win a
noted-
copy of Dream Crush here? Or
No.
It's a
I already
bonus.
have a copy, so
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
You're ineligible.
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
This is just a bonus annoying thing. Okay.
Exactly. So when we roomed in college, the guy that you roomed with before, Dan, who you've known
Yeah.
since high school, he would do this thing. Well, let me just show. This is it. He would do this thing that would annoy Nick a lot. And he told me when I moved in with Nick, he's like, this really annoys Nick. And I grabbed the torch and I ran with it. And I remember doing this one time, and I'm going to show you the video pretty soon. I did it one time, and I looked over, and Nick had actually thrown a remote control at my head, like for the TV. He threw it at my head. I looked over, and it was like coming right for my head. Like he actually threw it. Like he was willing to like jeopardize my face. So
still am.
So here's what it is. It's belly button tapping. Nick absolutely hates belly button tapping. That's my belly button, by the way.
By the way, I'm with Nick on this one.
I didn't even know if this was a thing.
I didn't know
My
it was
old
either.
roommate made it. He would just do it absentmindedly, like while I was trying to sleep or something. He'd be in the up, the bunk up top doing that while we were watching TV or trying to sleep. Yeah.
I would love to take credit for it. I would love to say like that's my invention, but it's not. I just ran with it. And in fact, I would say I think I perfected it.
Well, I think my first roommate would have a few things to say about that. But
so anyway, so that's one thing that annoys Nick. But then Katrina sent in a submission. I have a bunch of other submissions that I just got that I'm not going to have time to put together yet. But I
Okay.
just want to show Katrina's because Katrina made a collage.
it's an ongoing bit, I guess. Okay.
This is going to be like we're going to milk this for a while. Katrina is definitely a contender for the Let's Annoy Nick sweepstakes, and this is the collage that she put together. Now I'm just gonna like walk you around this collage. It's a kid eating. He's got a little bit of food on his chin. There's like I don't know what that is down. I think that's Nick's head right there, like a hard-boiled egg.
That's the egg.
Oh yeah, kid. Yeah.
Okay. And there's a kid eating like it looks more like a soft-boiled egg. He's like dressed like a I don't know, like a cat or something.
Yeah.
Then there's Alf that's ripped, and
No
Alf has
problem there.
Alf has a big old ass. And then there's Nick holding a couple beers,
Promoting
and,
our sponsor, Brooklyn Brewery, at the time, I believe, and yeah,
and
I
so,
gotta
like,
say, I
that-
don't hate everything here. Not everything annoys me, but
What does annoy you here?
the kids eating, I think, mostly. Yeah.
What
I
about
think kids eating eggs? Yeah.
What about Alf as like a sexy elf?
I don't mind that.
You don't mind it?
No, I don't mind it. No.
A sexier Alf.
Right.
Do you think you could successfully masturbate to that sexy elf?
Great question.
right
Great
there?
question. No.
Only one
I
way
don't
to
think
find
I-
out.
I don't think I could.
You
Yeah.
don't think you could?
No, but really, is any masturbation successful? I mean,
Okay, so so I want more submissions because we're like I said, we're gonna milk the hell out of this one. And you know, this might be the graphic right here for the Let's Annoy Nick sweepstakes. So here are just some other things that annoy Nick that I know about that I just jotted down this past week. Puppets doing sexual stuff. You don't like when puppets do sexual stuff, right?
I think it's just like an obvious place to go if you've got a puppet. You know.
Tapping belly buttons. We saw that already. When waiters or waitresses or servers come up and say,
How's everything tasting?
How's
so
everything
far?
tasting?
Good now, but I'm holding out judgment. Come back in a few minutes.
Nick hates it when they say, "How's everything tasting so far?"
What about now?
And then the other one is when little kids say the word "but."
Yeah.
You really don't like that when little kids say the word "but." And obviously, we know when little kids like toddlers eat food, especially hard-boiled eggs.
It's more like I'm gonna kick your butt. You know, it's like I fell down on my butt. It's just kind of a scummy thing for a kid to say, I think.
Southern children,
You always describe it as
Especially, yeah.
You always describe it as scummy too. You always
it
like
is.
it's just
There's just a lack of class, I think, with that. So, yeah.
Okay,
that
so
all annoys me.
So those are all things. Oh, in cinematic, he sent the scene from Cool Hand Luke where he eats the 50 hard-boiled eggs. That scene probably annoyed you,
Yeah, it
or
grosses me out.
disgusted you. Yeah, it grossed you out.
Yeah.
So, and I was gonna play that, but we're gonna get flagged for that. So,
Yeah.
so we got a bunch of other submissions. So people submit the things that you think will annoy Nick, and we'll raffle off Steve's copy of Dream Crush.
Great, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for all that free promotion for my game. Appreciate it.
I've never been more excited about a segment in my life.
We got a quick that it a done request. So that's when people request us to answer their VHS related queries. We do our best to do that in this segment.
That's it. That it done. Right there.
Jill wrote in and said she had 2 odd requests, and both are for drink commercials she remembers. One is for an apple soda from the 70s, and she just remembers it being super white with horses and 2 creepy people smiling a lot. And the second was for hot chocolate. Didn't remember the company, but she knew there was a dog puppet who seemed drunk trying to convince kids to drink cocoa, and it had a weird name like Marble or Fargo. So I gave George this information and said, do your worst. George, what did you find?
Well, first, the apple soda. Pepsi released an apple-flavored soda called Aspen Soda from 1978 to 1982. Apparently, it was national. I'd never heard of it, but here's that commercial.
White horses.
Welcome to a sparkling world of refreshment.
Aspen is here. Crisp and crystal clear.
Aspen, the soft drink with just a snap, a
does look
tantalizing
refreshing.
snap of apple.
That's good corn
Discover
syrup.
Aspen.
The soft drink with just a snap of
That's
apple.
terrific bass.
Discover Aspen.
So there are 2
right.
other Aspen commercials that are like on the same set with the same actors. And as for the second one, so ventriloquist Jimmy Nelson, famous for the puppet on the left, Danny O'Day, created Farfel the dog in the early 50s after a toy dog was left behind at one of his performances, and he did an improv set with it.
But Jill thought it was Fargo, but it's Farfel.
Yes, and this guy used it for 120 different Nestle Quick commercials in the 50s and 60s. Here's part of one of them.
NESTLES.
Are you ready for our song, Farfel?
Yes.
Prepared.
Right, here we go. N-E-S-T-L-E-S, Nestle's makes the very best.
It's very funny in the 50s.
Chocolate flavor.
N-E-S-T-L-E-S, Nestle's makes the very best.
Chocolate.
Over and over again. 10 years, same commercial. And so it was pure boomer nostalgia in the mid-90s when Farfel returned in this candy Christmas commercial.
N-E-S-T-L-E-S, Nestle makes the very best. N-E-S-T-L-E-S, Nestle makes the very best.
Wow, I don't remember
Let's
this
see
at
the
all.
look for special
I do not
holiday
either.
wrapping featuring me, Farfel, on your favorite Nestle candy. N-E-S-T-L-E-S, new holiday wrapping from Nestle. Nestle makes the very best chocolate.
So Farfel was the name in a Seinfeld episode. There was a dog that Jerry was sitting next to a guy who got sick and he had to take care of his dog. Now that guy, Nick, you should recognize as the guy who was on the episode of Alf that we watched during.
Yes.
And I should mention that the original Farfel is at the Chocolate Experience Museum in Burlington, Wisconsin. As a puppet lover, Nick, you have to go in your home state.
will.
I'm 30 miles away from that right now.
Go
Burlington's
right now.
over
Get
there. All right,
kidnap
guys.
Farfel.
All right, great show, guys. I'll talk to you.
Got to go see Farfel.
That is a puppet.
Jill, that is a puppet. Nice work, George.
So, but Jill said Marble or Fargo, and I feel like that was the perfect. Like her brain was very close on both.
Yes.
You combine those two, you get Farfel.
Yes.
Yeah.
So well done.
All right, before I run off to Burlington to meet Farfel, George plucked some wisps. We pulled out some names. I didn't have time to edit it, so we're gonna do that next week. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Everybody's waiting with bated breath on that.
Everybody's so excited about that.
Yes.
For this VHS based show that we do, but you're gonna have to wait another week. But I'm all out of wisps. is what I'm saying.
I'm all out of wisps. My armpits are bald now. I don't know how that would go, but all right. Stay tuned next week, everybody. We have a fall tour that we've been mentioning, but we're going to be in Farfel, North Dakota.
No, you're in Marble, North Dakota.
We're doing the 50 Farfel tour. We're going to do a Farfel in each state.
So we'll be
Farfel,
in
Nebraska. Farfel,
we'll be in Farfelapolis, Indiana, and in Louisville, Lexington, Portland, Bend, Oregon, as part of the Bend Film Festival. Seattle, Albany, Minneapolis, Eau Claire.
It's all in the description. Yeah. If you look in the YouTube thing, it's all in the description down there. You can see where we're going.
Or just go to foundfootagefest.com/tour. Right after this, we're going to tape an EP mode episode for Patreon $10 and up subscribers. Where last week we showed that puberty video that only the girls got to watch in 1988 called I Got It. It was long lost. Nobody has it except for us and the guests who tracked it down, Kara and Damon from the Pancake Film Festival.
It's not online anywhere.
No.
It's not on the internet at all. So
just join our Patreon to see this as just even a curiosity of something you can't see anywhere else. And then unsubscribe if you want.
Yes, exactly. But no, actually, when you subscribe, watch last week's too.
Because yes,
we wanted to get Harvey Sid Fisher on here, and he's playing hardball for some reason. I'm just like, we just want to watch astrology songs with you and have you talk about the stories behind astrology songs. Like, guys, if you sell this for a lot of money, then I'm going to want to cut. And we're like, you can take the whole cut. Nobody's going to buy this, but whatever. Harvey.
Sellout Steve can't even get anybody to buy his background. What do you think we're working with here?
Exactly. So I'm working out contract negotiations with Harvey Sid Fisher. Last week, since he wasn't able to do it, we got our buddy Greg on, who's a filmmaker, and he played his film that has barely seen the light of day. It's called Video Filmed for Life. And it's pretty incredible. He got over 200 hours of footage from a friend of his that just had been recording his family, his dysfunctional family, and
over 10 years
for 14 years. So it's
14.
almost like, was it what it was? 14? No, I think it was like 10 years.
Okay.
Wasn't it? I think it was like 2000 to 2010.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's remarkable. Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, he watched all that footage. He got it down to an hour and a half, and it just really tells the story. And it's such a weird movie to watch because it just doesn't feel like you should be watching this. And I think that technically, legally, and I don't know, maybe ethically, you probably shouldn't be. But his buddy signed off on it, and so like you watch. George, you watched it. Did you feel weird watching it?
I felt extremely uncomfortable watching it, but I also thought it had like the uncomfortableness of something. Like it felt kind of gummo-y to me in the sense of like this is an important document of like that time and how people react and how people really are.
Yeah, and I think that you described it as if Todd Solondz directed Gummo or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Like because there's some Todd Solondz like suburbia sort of, but it's all real. It's all real stuff. So,
and the only way to see that is also on our Patreon. So yeah, it's nowhere else. Anything going out tonight?
Yeah, John and Tim, they made a new song for us. They said these are the two brothers from Texas.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They put together incredible. Oh man, they put together some incredible stuff. And I always look forward to seeing their email in the inbox. And they said we made you another song for using the Chevy Chase Corbin Burnson interview, which I wasn't expecting that.
Wow.
And the Chippendales video you showed last week. So a couple weeks ago now at this point. So here it is. We're going out on that. And here's the thing. If we had been prepared, we could have done better.
All right. And also we have a few Sofa Bed Conspiracy shirts left in each size you can order on our website. We're all wearing them. That's part of the Sofa Bed Conspiracy that we're all wearing them, except Joe. And we'll be right back right after that.
Everybody's a puppet when they're dead.
I've got your Easter eggs.
return, Dr. Sellner will complete the bunion surgery.
Yes, those are his pajamas he's wearing.
All right, I gotta go.
That's all. That's it.
Let me see that one.
Rocks are done. Gotta sleep. Bye.
That's it. That it done.
We did our best. If we'd been prepared, we could have done better.
What do you think about Bibra?
About what?
Mine doesn't feel yuck anymore.
That's all I'm doing.
Cheerio.
Tinkerbell!
In
8. We'll be right back right after that.
And Kurt Polster, the real great guy.
Nice.